everyone, it's Ashley with Go and Crochetzy, and today I am going to transform my basement into a market setup so you guys can play around with the market setup with me. I have one more market until I am done for the season, unless I pick up another one in December, depending on how much inventory I have left over at the end of this month. But I am currently undecided on that, and I don't even know if there's going to be any available to pick up by the time I know for sure whether I want to or not. So I figured I would just go over my inventory. I got motivated by Stacy Makes. She went on a live the other day and was going through her inventory, so it kind of motivated me to go through my inventory one last time to really see how much I have on hand. And I figured, why not just set it all up? Even though I have an idea of how I'm going to do my setup, this is the third year I'm going into this particular market. I am in the same spot I have been for the past 2 years, so I already kind of know what my setup is going to look like. But I figured, hey, you guys join in with just a little bit more prep so that when I get there on the day of, because you can only set up the day of, I'll have to get there at like 7 in the morning because you have to be all set up and ready to go by 9 a.m. for people to walk through. They said the doors are literally going to be opened at like 9 a.m. and people are usually waiting to walk through right at 9 a.m. So I want to be very prepared for this one. I have much higher hopes for this one than I did for the past one. I have been keeping an eye on her Facebook feed where she's been showcasing all of the creators that are going to be there, and she has a wide array of creators. I do not see a full crochet plushie booth other than my own so far on what she has been posting. There are a couple other booths that have like a handful of items, but they are very, very different than my personal crocheted items. So I am hoping that it stays that way and that I have a good showing to finish out my season. So I'm going to put you guys on a time loop, set up my tables and everything else, and then I'll come back and talk to you guys some more. To go through the walkthrough of my booth. So I have a bunch of minis. I know at this particular event, I usually do more of the medium-sized plushies than the really small plushies because it's usually Christmas shopping and it's usually not as many small kids with the parents when they come to this particular market. I do have 2 more pickles. I just have to add their signs to them and then they can go in the bin. But this is what it looks like from the entry. So I have my big rack. The way I am set up, this will face the door, the entry door when people come in, and I am far back on the back wall. So I like to make my big display facing the door wherever I go. So here is what I have set up for it. I just added my Yip Yips to the little hooks this time. I'm not bringing my big hanger because I'm trying to limit how much stuff I actually bring. Sorry for the bad lighting, it's just the way the sun is reflecting in and on. But I have my kittens, all of my bigger and kind of medium-sized items that I think will be more popular. And then you have the small rack in the front to draw people's attention in. And then when you walk into my space, of course, I'm doing the U space. I like doing the U space because it's just my favorite way. But I have all my holiday edition items. I tried not to do too crazy of holiday items just because I don't want to have to sit on them for too long, but I thought I liked this idea, and I have like my little Winnie the Dragon on the top just as a show-stopping piece. And then I have my Meanie Greenie down there with the little Christmas cookies. I made those last year. They didn't sell, so I'm just putting them out again this year. And then you can walk through here. You have just the little keychain holder. I put some of these on these hangers I got from my mom for my birthday. So they're just the little scrunchies. I thought maybe that would be a better way to display them, although it kind of looks messy to me, but I'm gonna stick with it. And just some hangers. And then I have this, another big dragon. I have more of these, but they just, I don't know, I didn't have anywhere to put them this time, so I thought maybe that, you know, having a few up like that would draw people's eye in without it being too cluttered looking. I have this little set I made. I limited the amount of non-plushy items or crochet related items to just these three for this particular event, just because I feel like it clutters my table when I have too many other items that are not crochet related. And so I decided not to put too many in there, although I will bring them with me just in case I do sell a bunch of other things. I can put them out as the day goes on. My sister got me this beautiful tray, and so I am using that for my smaller crystal items. And then I just have like my bin of hats, and then I put some more plushies within the hats just to kind of pull people to look at the hats more, because I find they don't tend to typically look at the hats. I have this little basket full of the bigger and less desirable plushies, I guess you could say. These are some things I've had for a while. These little bears, I have 3 of them, of those 2, and then this one here. And they are absolutely adorable to me, but I've had them for a year now and no one even looks at them, which makes me kind of sad because they're so cute and I think they were done so well. But oh well, that's what it is. And then I have just this here. This is just kind of extra things that don't get as much attention as well. Like the caterpillars don't get much attention, pumpkins don't get much attention, and then this is just like the overstock of my mystery bags, and so I thought that would be good there. I do have a few items that are still not on the table. They're in that bag right there, and so if I do sell other things, I will pull them out as I go. But honestly, I'm pretty much maxed out on all of the items I have. I do have a couple things still up here I'm debating on bringing or not. I have that Hydra, but I'm not sure I'm not sure if I'm going to bring it or not, because it is a little bit more expensive of an item, and I feel like you have to have a very particular audience for that. But I am very pleased with this little section right here. I think that's my favorite spot, and I'm hoping it draws people in. So that is my walkthrough for now. So now that I've done my walkthrough, I'm going to inventory everything and see how much I have in stock right now. Honestly, I haven't been feeling like making much this week, so I haven't been going too crazy in market prepping because I have enough stuff here. So I'm gonna go do some inventory now. Okay, so I have all of my inventory taken care of. I am going to give you my final number of how much inventory I have in stock, but I'm gonna make you wait for that until the end. So put in some guesses as I do this next part, because I would love for you guys to kind of tell me what you think I have in amount for inventory. And now I'm going to go ahead and pack up my items. So my plan for right now is I'm going to pack everything up strategically. So everything on this rack is going to go all in the same thing. Everything on that table is going to go all in the same bag and everything, so that when I get to the market, I know exactly what bag goes with what. And I'm going to take lots of pictures before I take down all my shelves, so I know exactly what it's going to look like when I get there. I'm going to place everything right how it is placed today. That orange bag right behind me, I have filled that up with all of the items that are my overstock. So those will go under the table when I am at the market, unless I sell something and I have an open space, and then I can put some more things out. And I did end up putting my Hydra in that bag. I'll probably put it out if I get some space, but I'm not going to guarantee myself that that's going to be a sale. I would be surprised if I did end up selling that at this market. But let's go ahead and do some packing. First, I got to take some pictures, and then I'm gonna get to packing. Don't mind background noise. The dogs have the door open, so they're gonna be in and out of the house and the basement. And so if you hear any weird noises, that's what's happening. But first off, I'm going to pack up. What I like to do is I use my kitten box as a box that I pack things into. So that's one less bag that I have to carry because it is so bulky and it's awkward. So I arrange it so that my cats stay exactly where I want them to be for the display of the day. So I have my cats all ready to go. So when I take all my top things out, I just scooch it underneath my stand here, and it's ready to go. So I'm gonna put all the items I have on my stand in the bag now, or in the box now, so that they are all within the same section. So I know that's what's going to be in this box, is my tall stand items. And I did take my pictures, so I know exactly where everything is going to go, because I am very pleased with the way it's set up. I might not be able to fit all of my items in this box because some of these are pretty big items, but I'm gonna do my best. I think my Yeti and my elephant will have to go in a different box or a different bag. I will put them in a bag, not a box. But let's see. So I have just about everything in this box. And I'm even going to put the bags in there and my yip yips in here as well. So I know that's what's going in. And I actually pulled out my little sloth hangers, and I actually found some more of these little hooks. Let me show you what they look like. I have these little hooks that I put into my rack on the sides. I have some pre-drilled holes. I have 3 on each side. And so those just give me a little bit more space to be able to hang things up, like my bags and anything that needs to be, hung up, that I can't lay down like that. It just displays better when it's hung up. So I have those. So I always take those off during transportation because I don't want them to scratch anything up in my car. But here is my first packed box. So that is ready to go to the market. This is one of the last things I put into my vehicle because it is big and awkward. So that's gonna go off to the side. And now I'm going to work on my small rack next. So when working with my small rack, I have my Tupperware bin that I use, and I also have all of my other items that are non-crochet related items in here. And so I have These were all just my extra slap bracelets that I had that I didn't make any snakes or anything with. So I just put those out sometimes as like a small price item. If a kid doesn't have enough, like it doesn't have $5 for a plushie, then they can get something for like $1 or $2. And then I also have some bracelets. These are genuine crystal bracelets that I have. I have my stitch markers in here and my stand for my stitch markers in there. But I'm not putting those out this time around just because I felt like it was looking a little cluttered the last couple of times I did my market. And so these will stay in the bin until I have more space, if I end up having more space. So I just have, you know, just this little bin. It has like some crystals in there because I used to do a lot more with crystals and I don't anymore. I've kind of phased that out because I've been so involved with crocheting, especially my plushie items. So I actually got these off of my table. These are the stickers that I have. So I just have some like little 50-cent stickers, and these stickers are actually from a local creator who has made these and asked me if I could put some out on my table, and so I have those as well. So I put those out at each market because they really don't take up much space, and once again it gives the person shopping a little bit more of an option if they want to buy something but they can't afford a $5 item. Those are 50 cents, $1 items. And I also have this tray of crystals. These are also genuine crystals that I put out. I have like some citrine and some carnelian. I don't know if you guys are into crystals or not. Rose quartz, and they're all different shapes and styles. And so I have these for people if they are interested in crystals. I used to have more crystals than crochet, but now I have more crochet than crystals, so I'm slowly phasing these out. They just add a little bit extra to my space now rather than the other way around where I used to have more of the crystals and the crochet kind of added to the space. Is opposite now because I've really gotten into crocheting again, because I took a bit of a hiatus, especially when my son was really little. I wasn't really crocheting much anymore. I actually thought I was gonna like completely give it up because I just didn't think I was gonna be crocheting anymore. I thought that was just the past and I was done with it. But then he started asking for things and I realized, okay, I'm not done with crocheting. I have just begun. I'm done with doing the hats and the scarves and all of those things. And now I'm doing plushies instead. So it's funny how your life takes different, you know, paths as you grow and expand. And the way my path was taken, I went into the crystals pretty heavy for a bit, and then I veered and went back to crocheting, which is just something I've been doing and loving for years. So this is just a part of the stand. If I do end up deciding to put my stitch markers out at some point, I do want to bring that just in case. My sister also got me this cute little chalkboard sign. I don't know if I'm going to use it this time, but I'm going to bring it with me just in case I decide to use that. So I'm just going to stick it in here. And now for this part, I take my little trays. I'm actually going to place some stuff underneath before I put my trays out because I will have to consolidate some bins. So I'm just going to take my chicken nuggets. Jackie, Jacker, you okay? You okay, buddy? Hi, buddy. Hi. You want to say hi to everyone? You okay? Were you digging? As you can see, Tracker was digging a hole outside with his little white paws are now brown and they smell like dirt, and his nose is all brown, and he was sneezing or coughing out there. So I just wanted to check on him. You okay? You okay? You're a good boy. Okay, don't eat any dirt. All right, so I got rid of this one rack. Obviously, I can take this one down as well since there's only one item. I was going to get my other pickles made, but you can see my door is blocked right now from my display. I can't go photocopy the signs because it's blocked off, so I have to wait until I have everything down before I can finish my pickles for the week. I'm also going to just take these guys because they are flat and can easily be put back. All right, so now I think I'm ready to go. I'm gonna put my first bin, my second bin, and I'm gonna put this bin over here. It's always just kind of a game of, almost like a game of Jenga, trying to figure out what you can place where and how you can place it so that everything fits, especially since I downsized my bin recently. And I don't think these bins are gonna fit the way I have them right now. So I'm just gonna take out my bananas. I'd rather not take out my chickens because there's so many, but I'm just gonna dump those chickens in there as well. And there we go, my bin is full, and I'll just carry these in one of my wooden trays so that I don't forget them at home, because those are necessary for my market. And now the small rack is complete. I can close this up and put that off to the side. So we're gonna move on to this table. I'm actually going to time-lapse this because, you know, it's gonna take a little time. So I'm gonna time-lapse everything and then I'll come back to talk to you guys in a minute. So now I know the blue bag goes for the back table, the silver bag goes for the side table. I added the rack items from here into that blue bag, and the two big items from my tall rack here went into this bag. So I have it all organized, and now this is just going to be the shell of my table. So I have my tall rack with the little black rack behind it. I have this rack for my small items, and then when I walk in, I'm just taking video to remind myself of what it looks like. Here we go. And I have this here. I believe I'm just gonna leave it set up as is and pack it in my car as so. And I also have this still set up. As you can see, I do have a bag left over that I had those items in, but I think I'm just gonna keep it set up because really all I ever really had with in here before were just my tablecloths and maybe a bin or two. So I think I'm gonna leave it set up like this, and that way I have less things to set up when I get to the market, and it will fit my car like this. So why not leave it set up? So there we go. Now I just have to put these in the bins and I will be ready to pack up my car. Honestly, these crates are the thing that are most annoying in your prep. So they take up the most space because you can't break them down. They're awkward to carry and they're just large and annoying, but they also make your booth. They add a little bit of detail and natural color and everything into the booth to make it look good. So they are kind of a necessity. So I just use them as best I can and try to get as much into them that will make it so it's easier for me to lug things in. And so what I do is I have my bin here. I stack the other bin in as so. Usually I'll add other display items, or like in this case, the mystery bags, so the mystery bags don't get crumpled up and messed up in my plushie bags. So I stick these in there. And then I take another bin and place it on top, and it basically closes everything in on that bin. I just recently learned this. I was watching another video of people packing up, and I saw them do that, and I was like, wow, that's pretty intelligent. So now I do it too. So that is ready to go. And then I have one more bin, which you are sitting on right now. So I have this bin, and then what I'll do is I will add my tablecloths in there, because you don't want to forget your tablecloth. And then I have my little baskets. So these little display baskets will go in to the tall part of this. And then I'll also put this in, and that's all my display items I am using this time around. So I will be all set. I do have other display items I have used. I have a turning table. I have a big tray thing I use, and I have that tall, long hanging thing, but I don't need to use any of those this time through. So I'm not even going to bother with them, and I will be all packed up. And voila, this is packed up as well. I think I might actually put the mirror in here as well, just because I think it might be a little bit safer in there, because if it fell out of here, it would cause a big mess. So everything is packed up as much as it's going to be packed up, and I don't have to bring this bag. So one less bag to have in the car will do a big difference in my car setup. So now that I have everything packed up and ready to go, I have my bins over there, bins over here, tables and stands over here. I can go over some fun things with you guys, like inventory. I totaled up my inventory, and I have a total of $3,742 worth of inventory. And when I take out all non-plushie items, so like my bags and my furry scrunchies and anything that is and my hats, so anything that is not plushie related, basically anything that's not stuffed. The plushies I have are $3,120 in inventory, and so I think that's a pretty good number to have. So I am not going to stress out over getting anything done in the next couple of days, and I'm just gonna relax. And so I'll just go into this market with high hopes but low expectations, and I will see how this day treats me. So I can't wait to see what happens, and I can't wait for you guys to get to follow along and see what happens as well. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and say have a great one, guys. I will talk to you in a few days with my results for my market. Like, subscribe, comment down below with any tips or tricks that you might have, or any tips or tricks that you found were helpful. I'll talk to you guys all next time. So see you guys later. Bye.